Hello everyone and welcome to the ZigZag F1 show today. Today we have RedSetRacing on with us. Welcome RedSetRacing. If you'd like to introduce yourselves to the crowd here. We have the team manager, which is Ryan, and then we have two others I'm not too sure of, sorry. So what are your names?
I'm Will, I'm the corporate sponsorship ID man of the team. My name's Tom, I'm the chief engineer.
Okay, so they're the members of RedSetRacing. And congratulations to them because they have won in the UK F1 in Schools Championship, and now they're on their way to Texas for the National F1 in School Championship. So well done, guys. So just talk about your latest success in F1 in schools. Are you glad that it's all over with now and you're going to Texas?
Well, firstly, we started off in our campaign in the competition, designing the car about 8 months before the first competition, which was regionals, held on the 14th of February at the Birmingham Aston University. I was the first member of the team and started to build on the team, and then we had Tom to my left who joined, and he assisted me. And has been a very valuable member of the team to build upon, and he's built the wheels and built the body itself. We then realised that as part of the competition, we had to build up a sizable amount of money to get us through to Birmingham, and then through Birmingham onto the Expo in London for the national competition. Having won the Birmingham regional competition with fastest F1 car and the best F1 in class. So we gained Will on board to help us out with the business and sponsorship side of it, and he's done a very good job of getting that.
Well done to you guys, because to be honest, not many teams are able to do that, but you guys have been successful and you have actually done it. So good luck to you in Texas, guys. You're going at the time of the American Grand Prix in Texas. So who do you hope to meet while you're there? You got some big names that is going to be there. Obviously, McLaren, Red Bull, Ferrari. So out of the three of you now, who do you want to meet? So starting with Ryan.
Well, I'm a very avid Lewis Hamilton fan, so I'd love to meet the Mercedes team.
Mercedes team, okay. If he watches this, obviously, maybe he can pay a visit. Who wants to go next?
Me too.
Okay, then.
Well, it's funny because, to meet any of them would be amazing, any of the drivers, because you see them on TV, and then that's great, but then when you see them in real life, that's a completely different thing. So it'd be nice to meet any of them, but personally for me, I'd love to meet Jenson Button. So.
Okay, Jenson Button, and last of all, you.
I'd probably saying going what Tom said, that all the drivers out there just put the heart and soul into it. They're just so talented. But honestly, if I had to meet someone, it'd probably have to be Mark Webber and the Red Bull team. I am part Australian, so that sort of Australian goes through my blood. But I think Mark Webber's just done such an amazing job to go up through the ranks from the places like the Minardis all the way to Red Bull to constructors' titles. And to meet him would just be a dream.
Okay, so obviously, if these guys are watching, hopefully they can pay a visit to you in Texas, guys, and wish you a bit of luck. And hopefully you will win the national championship. And I guess that would be amazing for all of you, because I think that's what you've been running up for. And good luck to you guys as well. So hopefully, I think all of you could explain this next topic now. F1 in schools and what it's all about, really. What's the aim? Do you guys know of F1 in schools?
Well, me and Tom first heard of Formula 1 in schools when we were doing our double award GCSE, which was for engineering, and our teacher got us involved into it because it was a good way and a very interactive way of getting us to get good grades in our coursework. And having not done so well last year, me and Tom decided that we were going to progress through and try again this year. And this year we've designed the fastest car in the UK. So yeah, not bad. So So not bad for me. Yeah.
Later. Okay. Sorry for that. Right. So yeah, F1 in schools. You know, you guys obviously you took on your third member this year for sponsorship and marketing. Obviously you, Ryan and Tommy, you were partners anyway, or yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So one thing you guys asked is, you know, you really want sponsorships to go to Texas, obviously. So Ryan, if you want to explain a bit, obviously you're the team manager and engineer, car designer, sorry. So if you want to explain more about sponsorship and what you would like really, who you would like to sponsor you?
Well, as part of the competition, it's also about putting a rather realistic twist on the competition, which is funding your own way to Texas. So through our sponsors, which we have over 14 of at the moment, it still isn't enough for us to get all the way to Texas. So we're still looking towards getting more sponsorship. What we would really ideally like would be an electronics company who could lend us or give us a few tellies to have on our pit display. After being told at the Nationals that our pit display did not have enough media on it. So that's the first type of company that we'll be looking for. Will can tell you more about the kind of sponsorship we need.
Yeah, going on what Ryan said, sort of the electronic companies, we've been thinking maybe something like Hughes, which is still quite local towards us. But basically, we want to keep ourselves local. We are from Norfolk, so we want to go local firms. All of our firms so far are based in Norfolk, and we are willing to expand our range to go outside of Norfolk, but we really want to keep it, just so you know, it's just our community going forward to Texas. But we've already started drawing up a list about sponsors that we'd like to go for if we want to expand our range. A few car companies. We've recently, in the last few days, been in contact with Lotus Cars of your own, which is hopefully that'll be a success. Possibly Rolls-Royce as well. That'll be a possibility, but obviously they're such a big company, it's a long shot, but you've got to take those opportunities. But there's a lot of companies like that, and also electronics, going on to the electronics companies, Hughes just be spectacular, you know, the sort of things they produce. So, as I said, any kind of company would be fantastic.
Okay. So these guys are interested in sponsors, guys, and they really need it because, you know, they can prove Britain, do Britain proud in Texas, and maybe lift the national championship really trophy, and hopefully they'll do that because they're a team that is who wants success, and they're on their way to it through winning the UK championship. So well done to you guys. You've tried really hard, and it's all paying off now, and you're the UK F1 in schools champions of 2013, and well done to you. And good luck in Texas. So as you're on the F1 show, now you might as well talk about the two last Grand Prix that has gone on in F1, the FIA World Championship in Formula 1.
Yeah.
So, what have you thought? What do you think of Mel won, first of all?
Mel. Well, the first two races have obviously had their dramas with unpredictable weather conditions. It's been a very hectic few races, to say the least. Obviously, not surprisingly, the constructors' champions of last year are doing very well. Red Bull, Ferrari look promising, and the Mercedes, which didn't surprise last year, seems to be doing a fantastic job this year. It's obviously just been unfortunate that in Malaysia this weekend, Fernando Alonso lost his front wing going down the straight. There's obviously been some dramas, such as Mark Webber on Sebastian Vettel during Malaysia. That was a bit of a tense few laps. So there's been several dramas going on.
think McLaren have been quite disappointing this year. It's quite surprising because last year they looked as though they had quite a promising car, but due to one or two unfortunate things that happened, they didn't get the results which they could quite easily have done. This year has been awful for them so far. For example, Button, he looked as though he might have been able to challenge the Mercedes and possibly get fifth, fourth, or third, but he had to then retire. I think we're all pleased about Kimi Raikkonen's win in Melbourne.
So that was a nice little twist on things to start the year, wasn't it? So
Definitely.
yeah, we just like Kim. To be honest, we just like Kimi's attitude towards Formula One. It's just so
Such a
calm. He's just so calm about it. But I'd have to say, if you don't mind, I'm going to go down the field a bit, and I'm going to actually explain Marussia. I think Marussia has started really, really well this year in comparison to last year. You know, the talk last year was that Caterham would pick up some constructors' points, and Marussia would be languishing at the back with HRT. Obviously, HRT are no longer in the Formula One, but you know, times are hard on teams. But Marussia, and especially Max Chilton's done a fantastic job so far. He's been very professional about it. Jules Bianchi as well, very well said, right? They've just been very professional about it, and the Caterham has been quite disappointing for me. I was expecting them to be more of a level playing field between the Marussia and the Caterham, but the Marussia seems to be going ahead on that. Force India, I think they've shown the pace, but I think they've been a bit unlucky, especially in Malaysia with both cars retiring and the wheel nut issue. But I think twice Paul di Resta has been caught out, but I think we were all very impressed in Melbourne about Adrian Sutill's drive. You know, first race back after a year out for personal reasons, but he's come back strong and he's got a new mental attitude. Looks like a newborn driver, so we're looking forward to that. Going on what Tom said about the McLarens, though, it is quite strange about what's happening there. You know, so I think fifth place would have been his at Sepang if he hadn't had the wheel issue. But you know, Perez, I had high aspirations for Perez this season. You know, I thought he'd be, obviously the car hasn't been at its greatest, but I've had high aspirations for him, and he's been quite disappointing. But hopefully, as the season progresses, he'll be able to turn it around.
Yeah, you know, McLaren has kind of shocked people this year because they were the team to watch last year. They were quite high in the standings at the end of the race and stuff. And this year, I think they've shocked a lot of people. You know, it might be because Jenson Button's not feeling it because Lewis Hamilton's not there. You know, or you know, it could be that reason. You know, they've been teammates for quite a while, and also Lewis Hamilton. You know, I couldn't believe he drove into the McLaren pit yesterday.
Yeah, that was an interesting moment to say the least.
It was crazy, honestly.
Your own comment about Jenson Button, I think if anything, I thought it would have helped him. You know, it's because he's got that monkey off his back. You know, because the team was always seemed to be based on. Everyone thought of when you think of McLaren, you think Lewis Hamilton. You don't think as much as of Jenson Button, but I thought Lewis Hamilton leaving that, giving them a chance to shine. But obviously, the car hasn't been, as we've said, up to its hasn't reached its full potential yet. But as soon as that car reaches its full potential, Jenson will be right up there. No doubt in my mind.
Well, let's hope that because, you know, Jenson Button doesn't deserve to be in a slow car. He's a very talented driver, and hopefully we'll see him up on the podium very shortly in the season. And also try and get him maybe a championship win, you know, in the Drivers' Championship because, you know, he does deserve it. He's put a lot of work into McLaren and also Formula One. So, you know, let's just hope he succeeds this year and get some wins in very shortly. Now, as we progress through the season, you know, the next race now is China. Obviously, Sebastian Vettel, rumours have gone around that he's going to get a race ban from Red Bull due to ignoring team orders in the Malaysian Grand Prix. What's your basically your thoughts on that?
Who should we start with?
Yeah.
What views? Want me to start? Yeah, I think that is quite interesting, actually. I don't know whether he's got it into his head that since he's now a 3 times world champion, he feels as though he can perhaps do what he wants. I'm not sure, but he's very ruthless. I remember watching the race the other day and hearing someone actually quote this by saying that he is very ruthless, and I think he showed that. He was so desperate to win. I felt sorry for Mark Webber. I did feel as though he'd done enough to deserve the win. And the fact that Sebastian Vettel then continued and ignored the team orders that they gave him shows a lack of respect for the team, I feel. So no wonder afterwards, again, the race, there was a bit of friction, and there was a couple of awkward faces or awkward looks at the end. So, yeah, quite interesting. What are your opinions then, boys? Because I know you got opinions on that as well.
Yeah, I think it would be nice to see someone other than Sebastian Vettel on the championship list, because obviously he's won a lot in the 3 or 4 years that he's been at Red Bull, and it seems like quite a lot of stuff has just been given to him, kind of handed to him on a plate. Whereas I think people like Fernando Alonso, Button, Hamilton, everyone else in the field seems to have had to work for it. Whether his teammates is probably the biggest example of having to work for your position, whereas Sebastian Vettel seems to have just gone straight to the top and seems to be winning everything, and it just seems like someone else should be able to have a chance at this.
Hey.
Honestly, I think a race ban. I think a ban is a bit harsh, but I've had my opinions on Sebastian Vettel I've had my opinions on Sebastian Vettel for a long time now, and I have no doubt of his quality. He is a fantastic race driver, and he will win more drivers' championships. But I think, as Ryan has said about Mark Webber, for example, he's gone from the bottom of the barrel, Minardi, those sort of teams, and he's worked his way up. And I think the incident yesterday clearly shows, as Tom said, a lack of respect for the team, and the amount of times in the past 3 years that when they've won the constructors and drivers titles, that Mark Webber's had to take team orders from Christian Horner saying back off Seb, or let him have this one, and the amount of times he hasn't said a word about it. And I think it's really got to a point where when it comes to Sebastian Vettel's turn, he's got to just take one for the team. He can't do it. I'm not going to doubt his passion, because obviously his passion to win is extraordinary, and obviously as a racing driver you want to win every race you can, but there is sometimes when the team is bigger than yourself, and I don't think he took that into account on Sunday. And I think he's made a lot of enemies over this next couple of weeks. He's going to make a lot of enemies, and I'm sure the team aren't very pleased, but I'm pretty sure they'll deal with it in the best possible way. We can speculate as much as we like, but at the end of the day, we're not part of Red Bull. We can't make the decision. But I think now that he's done that, I think a lot of people see him for what he really is. He's quite a ruthless aggressive driver, and will do anything to win. So I think people start to see that.
Okay, sadly that's all we got time for, guys. It's come to an end now, and as you said, them thoughts from us, well, all of us really, is quite strong, and I think there's more than just 4 of us raging at Sebastian Vettel at the moment. So I think it's a lot of things to say, and a lot of things he needs to hear from people, because like Christian Horner said, that's it now, Zeb. It's being silly, and yeah. I think loads of people agree with that as well, because at the end of the day, it was Mark's race to win, and Sebastian Vettel didn't want that. In my opinion, he's become a spoilt baby in Red Bull at the moment. Maybe that's a bit harsh, but it's my opinion, and it's not fair on Mark. At the end of the day, he really deserved it. He was a better driver there, and hopefully he will get many wins in this season's FIA F1 Championship. So that's all we got time for, sadly. We do wish RedSetRacing all the luck they can get really in Texas, and also throughout their F1 in schools racing career. And guys, to be honest, I think a lot of people will be backing you up in the UK and also around the world because you guys have shown that you want this really bad, and I think you're going to get it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Anyone can follow us on Facebook. We're on Facebook at RedSetRacing. And we're also got our own website so people can take a look at what we actually really do on there. Thank you.
And if you want to go ahead and like their page on Facebook or follow them on Twitter, the links will be below in the description. Also for the ZigZag Twitter account and the ZigZag website, and also RedSetRacing website and Twitter and Facebook accounts. Okay, so thank you guys for appearing on the show tonight. You've been amazing and very confident. And hopefully we will speak to you guys soon. We know you've got an interview with your local news on Thursday, is it? So good luck with that, and hopefully we will see you very soon on the podium in Texas. And hopefully you won't be second, you won't be third, but you will be first on that podium. Okay, guys. So thank you everyone for watching, and all the links are below in the description. And it's been an amazing 2 races, and also an amazing kind of 3 months for RedSetRacing, ZigZag, and also Formula 1. So speak to you all soon, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.